Now we are live. Hello, everybody.
Yay!
Hello, hello.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, oh. Are we talking over each other already? Wow. We're not even talking about anything yet. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our vlogger hangout number 2. Oh my goodness. Today we have Dael Kingsmill.
Hello.
Dael. We also have Mitch Hutts.
Hello.
And Paul Mason and his cat.
Hello. Come on, cat. Come on. Jump. Good cat.
Perform.
That's pretty impressive. And this is the second of a series of weekly hangouts we're doing. Just to let you know, if you enjoyed this one, we also have one from the past, from last week, which is on Mitch's channel, which you can find under Mitch.
YouTube.com/Mitch Hutts.
There we go. And the next one is going to be hosted by Paul.
That's me.
That's you. You can plug your channel right now, or we can wait till the end, too.
Be youtube.com/allhailskippy.
All hail Skippy. And today we're hanging out. We're going to have some special guests drop in throughout the chat because, well, that's the nature of the beast when you have... How many vloggers do we have? Like 20 or so?
Well, we have a
lot.
I think technical amount.
So that's the nature when you're trying to schedule a bunch of us together. So I thought today we have, like, there are a few topics of conversation I want to kind of throw out there. First of all, I wanted to talk a little bit about what's new and fancy in your world. Games, comics. What are you doing geeky that you're all about right now? New season of Archer, so on.
Yes.
So, Dael, why don't you start the conversation off?
Oh, I would be happy to, Teri. Why, thank you. Let's see. I finally went out and bought Dragon Age Inquisition. I finally buckled under the pressure of so many people tweeting about how amazing it was. And it truly is. It's so amazing. It's mind-blowing.
I've heard
Okay.
so many things and I've watched a lot of people stream it, but yeah, I still haven't gotten it myself.
I've got about an hour so far into it, and that's as far as it's gotten for me yet so far.
I'm about 35 hours in, I think. Maybe more.
Wow.
I'm down the rabbit hole, but not actually super far along in the main storyline because I get so sidetracked by all the other quests, and I got stuck in the starting area, the hinterlands. I got stuck there for like 2 days. I just couldn't leave. It's an addiction. It's terrible.
See, okay, so I'm so afraid to start like a new game like that because I feel like it'll just suck up all my time. Oh, we have a new guest! Surprise guest!
Yay!
Hey!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Hold on. I'm trying to find toolbox. I can have like names and stuff, but
We
I can't
are
find
on air, Mr. James Brent Isaac Tiger Monkey.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm well aware. Hey guys.
Hi.
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 It's Brent's birthday, so I'm going to try to hurt us all to sing happy birthday near the end when more of us are here. It's gonna happen.
Oh no. It's gonna be awful. It was so intense.
It's gonna be really hilarious too, because like we're all just slightly off sync. I'll see how much like lag and latency become a thing, like we'll see. And I'll watch it back later, and I'm totally gonna like screen cap it and like post it all over the place, try to embarrass you, James. So.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
So we were just talking about what's new in our Geek World lives for the new year. And Dael was recounting to us how she just got Dragon Age Inquisition, and she's gone down the rabbit hole.
I'm never coming back. And that's dangerous for me. I am allergic to rabbits.
Did you play any of the other ones?
I played a bit of the second one, which, by all accounts, was the not good one. I never finished it because I kept expecting there to be other locations, and then there weren't, which kind of was a bit of a downer for me. But this new one is just... That's what it's like.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
Bunnies aren't as cute as everybody supposes. You said rabbits, so.
I did. Everyone on Crazy.
What's with the feeling thing? I'm sorry. I'm gonna eat my cake because it's my birthday.
Yeah.
You should share with the rest of us, Mitch. Or, James. Sorry, Mitch.
Can we? Does Google Toolbar still have like the hat thing, the effects and stuff?
Oh, do they? Which
Still around? I'm looking now. Now I'm looking.
So I'm just sitting here being occasionally faceless and occasionally and entirely nameless. I've got none of the fancy Dael banner down the bottom. I'm so left out.
There we are, Mr. Hutts.
That's so beautiful.
Oh, good.
I gotta go get my geeky thing because I want to show it to everyone. I'll be back.
Okay. Get your geeky thing, Mitch.
All right, while we're waiting for Mitch, who's
Well,
how
I
about
did
you? Go ahead, Paul.
I did a thing recently that I didn't think I was going to do, but I got started into Mass Effect. I had picked this up like forever ago, and then I played it for like 10 minutes, and they shot me a lot, and I got angry, and I rage quitted it for years. And my girlfriend just finished playing Stick of Truth and was looking for a sequel or something afterwards, and her friend recommended Mass Effect, so she started playing it. And now I'm almost done the first game.
It's gotta be BioWare week or something, because I'm actually considering starting the trilogy as well, and everyone else is playing Dragon Age. But yeah, looking for a single-player game to play together with my wife, and I've got all three, and I know I need to play them at some point. So.
Well, I started, now I'm hooked. Once I got past the like sneak and shoot business, which really isn't all that bad, all things considered.
You know what, Paul? Like as great as the first one is, the second one is the best in the series. I feel personally, in terms of like mechanics and stuff. It's just, I feel like the first one they're like, we're gonna treat this like an RPG, and it's like everything is super clunky because they're like they let you have all the nuanced stuff. Like the second one, they're like, oh yeah, we'll just level your character up for you. Don't you worry about that based on what you're using.
I spent a lot of time in the level up screen.
Yeah, I know, and you're just the level up screen and the equipment screen for every one of you and your companions.
That's a little tedious. That's a little tedious.
So they streamlined it for you, which is nice. So it's like the second one, the mechanics are great, and oh my gosh, I feel more attached to the ones from the second one, like from a character standpoint, than yeah. So it's gonna be a real treat.
I'm looking forward to it.
I
How
love
about you?
Bill's evolution of like hat game right now, where before she was wearing these really awesome headphones, and now she's wearing like this bowl hat thing. Pretty awesome.
We need to have a silly hats only hangout.
Yeah, that's gotta happen.
Or cosplay hangout.
So Mitch, show us what you went and got.
I went
I want
and
to see
got.
now.
I've been playing this game, Super Dungeon Explorer, since I got it for Christmas, and it is awesome. Terry, I think you have you played this yet, Terry?
Of it and the expansion. I'm trying to get. So I had like it's one of the games in my pile of shame of stuff I've got to paint. So to like paint before I can play it. It hurts me in the heart somewhere when I put unpainted models down on a table, even though they're not necessarily intended to be painted. But Cool Mini or Not makes beautiful models, and I think that's Team Ninja Division. Actually, I did that one, and again, gorgeous. I love the chibi all the things.
Yeah. So for anyone who hasn't seen it, it's based off of video game dungeon crawlers. So everything, and you assemble a team of, you pick out archer, mage, stuff like that, like normal classes, and you go through this dungeon and pick up treasure chest and try to defeat the boss, who is played by someone else, and all the other monsters. It's like light D&D almost, but instead of something like D&D being turned into video games later and being computerized, this is kind of going backwards and taking like a JRPG hack and slash dungeon crawler and turning it into a board game, which is neat. But tons of fun. The longest game takes about like 5 hours. So it was a very long.
I don't know if I could. I'd be okay for 5-hour games, but I don't know if I could convince other people.
We had a full 6-player game, and it was my wife's family, so I was teaching people as well, so that probably added another 2 hours, but it's pretty simple to get into. It's neat, though. But yeah, like Geeky Week.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome. I think the 5-hour game is like, it's one of those things where if you can indulge in it every once in a while, it's really just, it's a great experience to have with like your closest 5 friends, I guess. But like 5 hours, that's getting into like Arkham Horror, Twilight Imperium kind of time zone in there.
It's short for Risk.
This is true. How about you, Tiger Monkey? Did you get anything for your birthday yet?
Let's see, I got some DVDs, and my mom got me a gift certificate to a spa to get a massage, which I'm trying to figure out whether or not if that's weird or not. It was a part of my like New Year's resolutions. I made a video on my channel of like New Year's resolutions, and part of one of those was to get more massages. It's like I'm very tense in my body and in my life, and I guess she just paid attention and got me a gift certificate to a massage place in LA. But I'm not sure if she actually knows about like the culture of massage parlors in Los Angeles, in this country. So I'm hoping she like really did the research and found the right one that won't require an awkward moment of like the massage person asking me if I want like extra, and me going, oh, you know what, my mom bought this for me, so that would be.
So the question is, did your mom pay for extra?
Yeah.
That makes it creepy.
I don't want to know.
On a totally different topic. Hey, it's Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Hello.
You're doing well, Tiger Monkey. You're doing well.
I'm on water. I'm drinking water and eating cake right now. That's responsible.
Good times.
We've seen the Instagram feed of the bar crawl, the birthday bar crawl.
And if you're not following Tiger Monkey on Instagram, you really need to, because, yeah, we can live vicariously his Instagram.
Is your name on Instagram just James?
Yeah, it totally is. It's my name 3 times, and then the last name has 6 A's. The last James has 6 A's. It's pretty simple, kind of, but also far too complicated.
Was James by itself already taken?
Surprisingly, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Everything.
The audacity of whomever used that triple James.
I really want to
cubed.
find that person and follow them and be like, you've ruined everything for me. But yeah.
I don't envy kids growing up nowadays, because it is almost impossible to come up with a username that isn't not just littered with numbers at the end.
Our kids are going to be screwed. There's going to be nothing left.
Unless you take something that just no one wants at all. Like, that's how I ended up with my Tumblr name. It wasn't taken because no one wants to be the Lady Spanishes. It's a dumb pun that no one gets.
Nope.
Don't get it.
So, just in case anyone... Oh, sorry. Just in case anyone's joining us, so Amanda from Consoles to Closet just joined us. So folks who are watching the live stream, she's one of the, I guess you're the newest addition to the vlogger family?
Nah, the player piano's newest.
Oh yes.
Or technically LARPs, the series is
LARPs,
news.
the series. So the vlogger family though?
Vlogger family? Sure.
Vlogger family, yeah. I'm pretty sure. I'm hip with the times. Also want to do a few call outs to the folks in the comments. Pad Status Zero loves your cat. Paul.
Thank you.
Also, Nanosphere loves Dale's cow moose thing. What is that? Is that some sort of Australian animal, Dale?
No, it's a Scottish Highland cow hat
I love
that my
it.
sister told me when she went to the UK.
Scottish. That's
it. Yeah.
How does such a hat come into Australia? Like, there are many questions now.
Thing to know is that Dale is wearing the hat of the Highlander, apparently.
I am the Highlander. There can be only one, and it is me.
I'm so happy you know to say that phrase. It makes me really. I love everyone in the world right now.
I'm glad to see you hydrating, by the way.
Yeah, it's
Brent.
important at this point.
Food as well, right?
Amanda, just to catch you up on the conversation we were having, apart from slandering Mass Effect 1 somewhat. Light slander. We're talking about what's new in our lives in terms of like new geeky stuff that we're excited about chatting about, that sort of thing. So what's in your world?
Well, I just got back from the Smite World Championship.
Ooh.
So that was pretty cool because the winning team won $1.7 million, which is pretty sweet when you divide that by 5 people.
Nice.
And I had to see Mitch, which is always awesome.
Yeah, you came to Atlanta, and so I went up.
So, I mean, aside from that, I haven't really had time to really play any games or anything. It's been a little hectic, but it was a blast. It was my first ever esports event, and it felt like I was at like a Red Sox game or something. It was insane. The crowds.
So, I'm not familiar with this thing that you went to. What is it that you went to?
So it's for the game Smite. It's like a MOBA that's on PC and it's coming to Xbox One. And so it's a relatively new game. And they had 8 teams competing from all over the world, and their prize pool was $2.6 million. So it was a big
And
tournament.
you play different gods from different pantheons, don't you?
Yes.
Right up your alley.
During the weekend. But yeah, it's a neat game. I'm excited to see when it comes to Xbox One, because it's a MOBA, but it has like shooter mechanics somewhat. So I think it'll do well on the Xbox.
You're gonna have to be more specific. I'm an old guy. What's a MOBA?
A MOBA is a multiplayer online battle arena.
All right.
So basically, you just fight.
I love these things.
So like League of Legends or Dota, if you play baseball.
I have not.
Then that doesn't mean anything to you, I guess.
Well, no, I'm familiar with League of Legends.
Okay.
It was
I am on the internet.
It was definitely a new world to me because I never seen a MOBA before, and by the end of the weekend, I'm like, okay, I think I finally understand what's happening.
It's, you know what, so my exposure to like esports, before I got into wargaming, I was really into StarCraft. And so one of my personal dreams is still to create like an intro for myself that resembles like Star League 2007. If you haven't seen it, you need to Google that stuff, because they basically made intros to all of the 16 StarCraft players who made it into like this final like esports league, and it was an elimination tournament. And it's so cool. Oh my gosh. Basically, they make all these Asian men look like rock stars in animation form, controlling like the Terran or whatever their race happened to be, so you could tell immediately from this opening what their race was, what their name was, and where they're ranking. And as the season progressed, like people got knocked off. It was kind of like the opening to Survivor almost,
Yeah.
but like animated to rock music. It was actually pretty cool. That's really cool. The pot was, you said, like $2 million?
Yeah, they like crowdsourced it so people could buy like in-game skins and whatnot, and then all those proceeds went to the prize pool. But most of the teams, I mean, they're like, the youngest person there was 15, and the oldest, I think, was like 24, 25. So there's these young guys winning, you know, a couple $100,000.
Okay, guys, so I have a new plan for all the vloggers. We're going to learn how to play some games, and we're going to dominate ruthlessly the esports.
Sounds good.
I wish I was there, because it's such a neat culture to get into with all the tournaments and everything. I've only been to a final round of fighting game tournament, but I've seen a bunch of documentaries on like League of Legends and Dota, and it's just so cool. And it's neat that it really is a sport.
Yeah.
Like if you saw pictures of the thing, it's in an arena, and there's like thousands of people watching. It's crazy.
Yeah, I totally felt like I was at a sporting event. They gave out those like sticks you clap, and like it was crazy. There's people with their chests painted for the different teams. It was cool.
Question in the comments from Dezzles asking about if anyone of us, and probably those of you in California, are going to be heading to VidCon this year.
I know I'd very much like to. That stuff is kind of always very much in the air until it gets closer to the actual event. So I know that the intent is there for a lot of people. Whether or not it will actually be a thing that happens is something that just can't actually be said until like maybe 2 or 3 months at best before the actual like VidCon thing happens. So, but I know I'd like to go. Speaking for myself.
That one's one that I wish I could go to.
Yeah, same thing. If I can get there, I'd love to go. Whether I can get there or not.
How many people were there for the announcement of the vloggers 2 years ago? I remember Akeem was there.
Akeem was there, and me and Omar were there, and Christina was there.
I was not there because it was ironically the same weekend as the Thumb Wrestling Championships. So
That's right.
Nika was there.
You're becoming a world champion that weekend.
That's a good excuse not to go.
Yeah.
Just say it.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that's something.
And destroy everyone at Thumb Wrestling.
I was too busy setting world records. It was a whole thing.
And
All right. So we've talked a little bit about games and gaming. What's everyone reading right now?
Oh.
Or watching, rather. Something more.
I'm going through Hyperion. I'm trying. I originally read the first book and was completely unimpressed because I had no idea that it was a 2-part book. So I get to the end of the book and nothing happened. I'm like, what? Why does everybody love this? And so The Fall of Hyperion is like the sequel, but you need to read it to get the end of the story. So I'm working my way through that right now, and it's good. It really is. I like it.
I have been watching Agent Carter on ABC, and it's been really good. I've been enjoying. I won't spoil anything. I'll just say that so far it's living up to the hype.
Okay, that's okay.
Never
I
wish
like that.
you didn't even think.
Sorry. Continue.
This year I'm planning to. I really want to just sit down and read through Lord of the Rings because I've never done it, and that's actually probably my New Year's resolution: read Lord of the Rings in one sitting.
Read it in a sitting? Like
Yeah, well, not actual like single sit down and read it and don't eat or do anything in between. But I mean like just make my way through it rather than stopping and starting all over the place.
Right.
Because otherwise I would die.
Probably best not to die.
Let's see. Before I was interrupted by an audio ad, was trying to look up the name of the book that I'm actually reading.
That's not a good sign.
Well, like it's, I guess the name's not too important. It's called Geek Wisdom, and it was given to me for the Geek and Sundry Secret Santa, and it's really easy to pick up and put down by Dael, because it's it's a collection of small essays about geeky quotes. So the first one is with great power comes great responsibility. And it's like a page-long miniature essay about kind of why that's important in the comic book, and then why we can identify it, or why we can why we like it as geeks, and what it can mean to people. So pretty neat stuff. And I just kind of open that every night and flip through a few, and then put it back.
Hey, what's up, SA?
Your hat collection is impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got a dare going with Dezzles at the moment on Twitter. I think it was Dezzles saying that I should just try and make as many hat changes as I can. I think I can do it.
I think we're counting like at least 3 at this point. So.
Yeah. I don't have it.
I've been reading the comics Fables. I don't know if any of you guys read them.
Oh yeah, no, that's an excellent series.
Yeah, I played the game Wolf Among Us.
Yeah.
In the same world, and I'm hooked. I'm on volume 4 right now.
Yeah, no, it does a fantastic job of playing with like tropes of not just like the original characters, but just like gender roles in general. And the most amazing thing about that series is that it starts out with you thinking that certain characters are going to be the main characters, and then they really just kind of have their plot lines, and then they kind of fade to the back, and then other characters have their like time in the sunshine, and it's really cool to see just like these different aspects of these characters that all have something to contribute, and it's really fantastic. How far into the series are you so far?
Just volume 4, so I'm a little bit in. I think there's like, I don't even know how many volumes. A lot.
How many, do you know who the adversary is yet?
Sort of.
Sort of.
Like, this was the
I won't
first
ask you to elaborate, but yeah.
No spoilers.
No. It's a fun journey figuring out who it is, though. Yeah.
Okay, good.
One of those conversations where you're trying to find out information without accidentally spoiling anything.
Yeah. All I'll say is that Boy Blue is the fucking man, and that's all I'll say.
He was a big character in the last volume I just read, so I'm excited to see more of his character.
Yeah, he just gets better as the series goes on. So, yeah.
Now, with the story, does it line up with the game, or is the game just in the same world and have some of the same characters?
The game takes place before the comics start.
Okay.
So they're not related. I mean, it's the same characters, and it feels the same as the first book, like just kind of the conversations and whatnot to establish the characters, but it was really cool, and I hope they do like a second game.
Awesome.
I'd highly recommend it, even if you haven't read the comics.
So, The Wolf Among Us, that was like a chapter-by-chapter game, right?
Yeah.
They can release. Are they done with the plot of that like storyline?
Yes. So I just bought it for the Xbox One, just like a disc. So I don't know what other systems it's available on. But yeah, you could just get it in one disc. It took me maybe like 7 hours to play through it. It's pretty short.
Okay.
But really good.
I've played the first chapter and I really liked it, probably more than Walking Dead, which might be blasphemous to say.
I liked it more too, but I like fairy tale creatures more than zombies.
Yeah. the characters in the world, I really love like the Noir setting and everything, and it's cool. Can't wait to play the rest.
You got to read the comics too. You like them.
Yeah, I probably will.
So I picked up. Okay, so I watched the end of Korra, and I can't get enough of the series now. I can't get enough of the show because I feel like I went through this withdrawal after Battlestar Galactica, and I feel like I'm going through that same withdrawal again now with the Avatar universe. So I'm both reading I got the collector's edition of The Promise of the Search from the Avatar series, where The promise is the promise that helps set up the universe of Korra, and the search is the search for Zuko's mom, which is like, I don't know, all sorts of crazy mind-blowingness. And I'm playing the Korra game. They made a console game for it. I'm playing it on 360, and oh my god, is that game hard! Like it reminds me, like I'm playing it on because we bought it for my daughter, so we put it on the easiest mode, and like she's like, I can't do this, and then I try, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is like Beautiful Joe hard, and it's on the easiest setting. What's going on here?
They probably make up for the last Avatar game where you just press 4 buttons and get 1,000 points.
Oh yeah.
I have.
Hunting.
Actually, my sister Ray went did a really similar thing to you, Teri. She just finished the original series. She'd never seen The Last Airbender, and she just finished watching through the whole thing and had such intense withdrawals that she bought all of the extra comics and books and everything as well. And she's not ready to start watching Korra yet because she doesn't want to accept that Aang is dead, but you're not alone.
Spoiler!
Yeah, I had the same problem where I finished watching the Avatar this past year as well, and I've heard great things about the Legend of Korra and everything, but yeah, it's the same thing of like, if there is Korra, that means that Aang has died, and I don't want to live in that world just yet. So I am not ready for it.
The comics are a really good way to extend that universe, and they actually do they do flashbacks as well in Korra, which helps the withdrawal. I can assure you it helps.
Mm-hmm.
There is a question in the comments from Johnny B45 asking if you had to pick a time travel vehicle, would you pick the DeLorean or the TARDIS?
TARDIS.
DeLorean, in style.
No contest. TARDIS.
Because TARDIS is also a house or whatever you want.
You can get a DeLorean inside the TARDIS. Just say it.
There's a swimming pool in the TARDIS, right? And a full wardrobe.
You know what? I would pick the DeLorean just because parking might be harder, but it also doesn't seem to have as many complicated like failures as the TARDIS has. Whereas
like running out of gas.
Is like just a car with additions, whereas the TARDIS is like, you need to figure out what buttons are not working and the wiring and all that. I don't want to talk
Finger good.
Well, that's the Doctor's fault. He didn't read the manual. So.
Well, how many Time Lords is it supposed to, like, you need like 5 Time Lords to drive the TARDIS or something? What? And he does it all by himself? So, whereas you only need 1 somewhat licensed driver for the DeLorean, like in a pinch.
Ugh.
Oh, actually, I just realized I can't drive. I picked the TARDIS. And changed my answer.
Yeah, you do need to be able to drive to DeLorean it up.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Although to be fair, you do need a doctor to drive the TARDIS, so...
I mean, I think that opens up the conversation to the wider world of, like, time travel, because technically, if you're going to include all time travel vessels, you also have to include, like, the USS Enterprise, which has traveled through time multiple times,
well,
and
it has
a holodeck, and can turn energy into matter, and like, has hangover-free alcohol.
That were designed for the specific purpose of traveling through time.
Yes. So the Star Trek doesn't count.
Star Trek doesn't count. Aw, damn it!
Bill and Ted's phone box?
Bill and Ted's phone box. You know, and I think what I like Bill and Ted's phone box also has the lovely, like, you can kind of interact with yourself without creating a time paradox, which is interesting.
I'm more of a Quantum Leap fan myself. I would rather just like scientifically jump into other people's consciousness throughout.
That seems like a dangerous way to go too. I don't really like.
Actually, my alarm clock like ringtone that I set to my phone is the Quantum Leap like leaping effect, because it's actually It's actually really nice to wake up to the sound of you feeling like you might be in another person's like body and time. It's just like, oh, okay, this is a brand new world I'm waking up into. It has a nice effect, I'm not gonna lie. It's enjoyable.
That is creative. What's the Jack Harkness little wristband thing that he uses?
Oh, good one. That's a nice little hopper.
It's time wristwatch.
Yeah, I think he calls it something like that, Time Watch or something. But, and then the Time Turner, I guess, is technically a time machine from Harry Potter, but that just gets thrown out because it's almost useless. Let's be honest.
What's me about the Time Turner? They're like, you can't use this too much because if you see your past self, then your past self will go insane. But I'm like, that just limits you to not going and seeing yourself from before you were a wizard. Because, like, even if you didn't know about Time Turners, surely seeing yourself, you could just say, hey, because we're magic, I've got this thing that lets me go back in time, and no one would go insane.
Nope.
Also, did J.K. Rowling say that it can only go back up to a certain number of hours because she was tired of people saying, like, hey, why didn't you go back and kill Voldemort? But...
Because then you wouldn't need the Time Turner to go back and kill Voldemort. What is wrong with you people?
You know, I think the thing that drives me a little batty about the Time Turner is, so Hermione gets this amazing thing, and she goes and uses it to attend more classes. Like, there's nothing better she could be doing with that time, right?
I mean, she saves a hippogriff.
Yeah.
Once they make
Spoilers.
It's been out for like a decade.
Alright.
And I still think spoilers with Buffy. I don't know. Okay, my logic is flawed today. Let's just.
Yeah, don't spoil Buffy. I haven't watched it yet.
No, don't.
Did you say, oh, don't?
No, I said no, don't, because...
Well, according to Mia, you can totally skip the first season and be completely...
I disagree.
Yeah,
According to me too. According to me too.
Whatever.
I think one of the greatest parts about the shows is you get to see it from the beginning and how it grows as a show. Not just the characters, but like the writing and everything, and that's cool to
And
me.
it pays off with the series finale, because in the series finale, they harken back to the pilot a couple times. So,
Okay.
it's
So this is coming from someone who loves. I love Star Trek. I don't know if y'all know this, but apparently I have a thing for Star Trek. And I'm just, when I tell people to start watching Star Trek, I'm like, okay, yeah, you can skip pretty much the first season of TNG, unless you want to go back and like watch it with Will's memory of a future like annotations for it, because it's not that great. You can also like skip the first like 2 seasons of Voyager, and you can skip the first season of DS9 because they're not. The actors are still finding the characters. The writers are still finding the characters. I feel like.
But then
when
you're
you
also
try to-
learning the characters. You're learning those characters while they're growing into those characters so that when they do have a decent plot, everybody knows what's going on.
Nobody is allowed to say anything bad about Captain Janeway ever.
Oh my gosh. Oh. You know, I used to say that all the time until. So I tried rewatching Voyager from the start again, and this again, I love Star Trek, so I'm watching it, and I'm just like, oh my god, is that Janeway taking required medical leave, going to the holodeck dressed as a governess? Oh, it's gonna be a bad episode. Skip.
All I'm
Because
saying is that if it wasn't for Captain Janeway on Voyager, we wouldn't have the character that she's playing, or she wouldn't be playing that character on Orange is the New Black. So
yes, so true.
Your
All
point is
up.
valid.
Oh my
So
god, that's her! I never knew because I don't watch Star Trek and I don't watch Orange is the New Black, but I've seen enough pictures of Janeway and that character from Orange is the New Black to actually know what you're talking about.
But like, I know, like, if you've already bought into the series, yeah, go ahead, watch the first season. But when I recommend stuff to people, I try like to convert them.
Yeah.
I try to show them the best first instead of
All
like
right.
try to swallow the bitter pill that is the first season of a show and like I think the hardest words for me to choke out is "It's okay, it will get better. I promise you, it will get better." Because it's like you're giving someone crap if you have to tell them that when you're recommending something to them off the start.
Uh-huh. But it happens. Happens a lot. Doctor Who was like that for me. Season 9, or the ninth Doctor, meh. But all of them afterwards, awesome.
How about you, Amanda?
I haven't watched Doctor Who, and I've only watched The Next Generation, so...
What are you watching right now, then?
I'm watching Walking Dead, like halfway through that, and Agent Carter as well, just started. Pretty good. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., now that they're on break. But I game most of the time. I don't really watch a lot of TV.
I was just watching last night. There's an English show called The Bletchley Circle, and it's about 4 women who are former code breakers. They did all the code breaking stuff during the war, and now they're solving crimes. And I just finished the first season last night, so only 3 episodes, and I was just left so shaken and terrified. It was amazing, but also really kind of frightening. I slept with a hockey stick in my bed just in case, in case of murderers.
Does this show take place in modern day?
No.
So were you just really afraid of really old murderers coming to your bedroom?
There's no sense behind these things, Brent. You're scared of mysterious people popping up at windows. You're going to be scared of mysterious people popping up at windows. I don't make the rules. I just obey them by having a hockey stick in my bed.
I will not question it anymore.
To be fair, there's a lot of scary stuff in Australia anyway, so...
So it's extra scary.
They're really big spiders.
Really big.
And all the poisonous snakes, right? Like all of them.
Yeah, I think of the 10 most poisonous snakes in the world, Australia has 9 of them. I think that's what it is.
But you also have less fatalities every year from poisonous snake bites. Isn't that correct?
Yeah.
It's everyone's super used to.
We get taught from when we're really, really young what to do if you're bitten by a spider, what to do if you're bitten by a snake. We know all the rules, tie off the thing so the venom can't spread, all that stuff. But then you see just adventurous British guys that come over out of nowhere and they go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go for a bushwalk today. And they get lost. And you hear on the news, oh, there's an English guy missing again because he thought that walking through the bush would be easy. And then you find him several days later, dehydrated and full of snake venom. And those are the injuries, basically.
Tourists. Brilliant.
Okay, so in the comments, Casper is gonna fight you, Paul, because of your lack of love for Eccleston, sir. A duel has been reached. So you have to elaborate on the hate. Let's hash this out.
All right, I have no problem with Eccleston. I think he's a fantastic doctor. Actually, he's probably one of my favorite doctors. But his storylines are nowhere near as good as the doctors that followed him. He has a lot of series or what do you call those, where it's just a story and then another story and another story, but they don't really come together super coherently.
Mm-hmm.
I bring to case Absorbaloff as evidence.
Oh, I like the Absorbaloff.
But he doesn't tie into anything else.
Yeah, I know.
It's just a one-off. It's a one-off. Just a one-off.
See, I feel like that's kind of the thing for Supernatural and racist truck. That's the thing. It's Supernatural because I love the series. I don't know. It's made for me, right? And and that first season, there are these one-off episodes. It just doesn't feel the coherent storyline as much as I would like to see it. But like I think the goth girl in me just has a thing for Eccleston because he's like dark and he's broody and he's tall and he wears a leather jacket and it's like, ooh, doctor.
Yeah.
You were all safe anyway because Casper has bizarre taste in Doctor Who companions and doctors. I'm just saying. We once got into an argument because he suggested that Rose was not a great companion, and Rose was an amazing companion.
Oh, Rose was the best.
Ooh.
I like Rose. I like Rose a lot.
The
Like,
best?
I'm not absolute
Okay, maybe not the best. Maybe. I don't know. I also like Martha and Donna.
Yeah. I
See,
like them all.
I liked Donna, and so Rory and Donna are the ones for me because they're the ones who didn't want to sleep with the doctor, and it was refreshing, like not having that weird like dynamic, because it's kind of like I don't know if y'all are old enough to remember the show called like This Old House. Where there's always this like old handyman guy with some young chick helping him fix houses and like talk about like how to renovate your home. That's what it felt like when I'd watch Doctor Who with this super old guy and this young girl who wants to like be with him. So yeah, I don't know. It was refreshing to see someone who could match the Doctor, like challenge him in a way that wasn't I want to be with you forever kind of thing.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
Classic Doctor Who has a lot of no romance, so
Yeah.
I'm almost through season 11, and so far it's pretty platonic.
Didn't they have? I haven't seen any besides a few classic Who episodes. Didn't they have one of the first openly gay characters on television or something like that? It was one of the companions. I've no
television.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can't say who the character is. If someone knows who's watching, it'd be awesome if you said something. But yeah, I remember hearing that or something. But I can't back it up, so I guess that's a dead conversation right there.
No, it definitely rings a bell. It sounds like a Becca quote sitting back here somewhere, like.
Well, I think so it's interesting we were talking about like classic versus the reboots too, because I think that might be a little bit of a kind of a touch point in terms of like how do you feel a lot of series that have gotten like modern reboots are doing compared to the old versions. Like recently I discovered this thing on YouTube that the Ninja Turtles did back in like 1989, and I thought, okay, before I had seen this thing, I was like, Michael Bay ruined this thing from my childhood, and in this new movie, and then I found this YouTube video of the Turtles did this like Broadway musical thing in 1989.
The Shell. So it was the Coming Out of Their Shell tour, and it was around the It was actually around the mid-90s. It was actually it was after the first movie, and I actually met the girl who played April a couple of years ago, and apparently, like, Raphael and the Shredder backstage had like a thing going on. Yeah.
So awesome.
But I don't know where you're going with this, Terry, but all I know is that it doesn't hold up. You can watch the VHS, and it's terrible, and none of them have their shells. It's just like weird skinned turtles. And it's
and
crazy.
that's the thing. I was like, for a long time, I was a holdout to like, you know what, Michael Bay ruined this thing. And then I watched this creation for Broadway, and I was like, Michael Bay couldn't have ruined something that was already broken, clearly, right? There's a point there where like Shredder breaks out into like this rap thing. The choreography, like the turtles are dancing. They have the song "The Pizza." It's surreal. And anyone who's like watching this, they should totally check it out. I'll post a link on my Twitter probably after this, and just y'all can have a look. It's
The Teenage
surreal.
Turtles coming out of our shell.
Coming out of our shells. I need
Coming-
to. Well, now I need to see.
I need to never see this ever.
I'm
Now I know
posting
what to.
Amanda, I have a question for you since you've been living in the U.S. for a couple months now. How does Canadian geek culture compare to American geek culture?
Well, this is tough because I moved from Toronto, which is like one of the biggest cities, to Virginia, where there's like nothing. So I am like the big minority here, geek-wise. But like all the conventions I've gone to are usually in the States. So I'd say it's pretty comparable. It was more accessible in Toronto, but might be because it was a bigger city.
So you're saying you live in Virginia right now?
Yeah.
Have you been to Monticello yet?
No. Where's that?
wow. Sorry. Have you been to Busch Gardens yet?
No. I'm near it, but
You should go. It's fun.
yeah, I want to.
Yeah. Don't go to Colonial Williamsburg though. It's incredibly depressing and hot.
We have more than
Hey! Traffic was terrible, but we wanted to come close out the hangout with you, even though we're not aware of anything that has
Yeah,
happened.
Williamsburg is, yeah.
It doesn't matter. The high points are that you guys need to YouTube after this is over. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming out of our shell.
Oh.
Okay.
And at the end of this, I was waiting till the end. We're all gonna sing "Happy Birthday" together.
Oh, man, I'm so glad we decided to come at the last minute. I'm so glad.
So the camera's gonna flick to everyone at weird times just to make this happen.
Oh, I think you can like choose who it focuses on though, so you could totally like make it focus on Brent for the time that we're singing "Happy Birthday" if you want.
Oh no.
I think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
How can we get that on Dale's hat?
I'm lying in bed trying to look functionally inebriated. This is terrible.
You look good.
You look functionally inebriated.
You look ready.
Oh good.
Welcome to my vlogs.
Yeah. Mia,
Glamour.
if you could like pick me up on the way to the party tonight, that would be so great.
You're not moving, yeah.
Do you want us to like send over a helicopter right now, or?
I'll have to get here because it starts at like 8 o'clock,
But
and
we won't be able to get there in time to pick you up on the way.
oh man, is it fashionable to be late to your own birthday party? 'Cause
Yeah.
everyone wants that to
Hell
be-
yeah, that's fat. Yeah.
I mean, it's your party,
birthday.
right?
Yeah.
There's noise happening. Sorry.
Oh, what? I need a better ringtone.
Okay.
Hey.
So I'm gonna focus on our pal, and he can try to look happy. I'm gonna try to conduct this. Who knows how this is gonna go? Cause like I don't know. Kiri isn't here to help us out, so let's all do our best.
Sorry.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear.
They call me.
Happy birthday to you.
Brent, happy 17th birthday, buddy.
And Brent can
Put
finally
out
drink
that
now. He just
I think we all need a drink after that.
None of you knew what name to call me first.
Yeah. We started with Brent, and I was like, wait, maybe I heard Omar say Brent, and I was like, I'll just say all of the names.
Oh, that was so good. That felt so good. Thank you, guys.
And seeing just how bad the lag is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how it sounded like if we all sounded at the same time.
Happy birthday.
Well, I liked how it got slower and slower as the song progressed.
Because we're trying to like gauge where each other is.
Y'all really should have just like chosen an order and then have done it in the round.
Oh yeah, because that won't make it pass.
That's why it's your birthday today.
Yeah.
Because you're full of good ideas.
Somebody needs to download this video and just cut out that section and upload it as their own.
Yeah.
Done. Like I said, I'm going to screen cap it and I'm just going to spread it everywhere. It's getting posted everywhere.
Guys, thank you. I appreciate that.
It was all our idea. We were here the whole time, and we told everyone to do it.
What'd you say, Dale?
Nothing.
Okay.
We've gone on too long allowing Dale's hat to be like normal and not called out.
You missed all the other ones.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty much just been trying on different hats the entire time.
Yeah, because we were all like,
A third of my collection as well, by the way.
Yeah.
How many hats is that total, Dale?
This must be, wait, I'm counting headphones as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this is the 6th one.
Can you do like a really quick massive change for us, like all at the same time? Like, so let's see them in sequence. Like
Yeah,
hat recap.
Boom, 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 boom. Hat, 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 hat.
Where did I put them all? 2 seconds. Okay, alright. We got ears. Then it was followed by the cow hat. Then it was followed by the sun hat. Is that one next? I think it might have been. And then there's the other headphones, which I don't know where I put them, but they were white and purple, and they're missing forever now. And then it was my safari hat. And then it was, which doesn't even have a name because it's too weird to have a name.
very nice. Thank you for the recap. You also call those headphones?
No, I can't. I think. Wait, they might be over here.
Wait, no, but I mean, you call them headphones? Is that the word for that? Oh, no, they are headphones. Okay. I was like, is that the Australian slang for? She said I'll count the headphones. I never saw any headphones. I was like, maybe they call headbands headphones. You know what? Shut up, guys.
That is actually Australian slang. We call headbands headphones because we also use them to make phone calls.
Okay, well, okay. Oh man, this pig action over at Brent's cam.
Hi, pig.
There was no pig. His name was Truffle. His name is Truffle, and he's one of my best of friends.
Aww.
Yeah.
We're gonna get Truffles drunk tonight!
Yeah, what?
I need to see Truffle on Instagram at least at one point tonight.
Yeah. Truffles needs
bar.
to make his Instagram debut.
Yeah, you should bring him.
I don't know, Truffles, you want to go to the birthday party tonight? How old are you, Truffles?
Aww.
Sorry. Truffles isn't old enough.
Well, we're coming up to time. Thanks everyone for joining, and thanks everyone who decided to jump in and watch us, hang out, chat, and again, just a quick reminder: we're going to be doing this again next week on Paul's channel.
Paul!
Yeah!
Who's been gracious enough to host. So do check him out, follow, subscribe to his channel. And I think now's time for our epic in unison goodbye. We can sing our goodbye. We can sing it in a round. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
I do you and you and you.
It's gonna be great.
All right. Have a good one, folks. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye, guys. See you next week.